How do you do? How do you do? I want to talk to you about this whole situation in Iran. We're hearing so many lies and distortions and fraudulent manipulative statements that have nothing to do with reality, because everybody's trying to justify Barack Obama and the fact that he made these lame, preposterous statements about the situation that are so preposterous, ridiculous. It's almost pathetic. It's practically shameful that a president of the United States won't take a stand on an issue like this. It's as if to say, if Hitler is killing people, well, I don't want to say anything against Hitler because this side is not exactly perfect either. Imagine if he said, when any murderer is killing people, if somebody is killing innocent people in the streets, well, I don't want to take a side yet, and then take another day to say a little further, then another day say another statement. And he's so careful about not to make a statement about mass murderers who are killing innocent people in the streets, and he's worried about taking a side. What is he worried about? Because he's thinking that maybe he'll be friends with Ahmadinejad after he wins, and so he doesn't want to alienate him, he doesn't want to lose him. He's on his way to creating a hydrogen bomb, and he's afraid of alienating him. What is he really afraid of? What is this preposterous excuse for the President of the United States, who's the leader of the free world, suddenly doesn't care about freedom, and all the other countries in Europe are fighting for them and making rash, intense, vicious statements against that regime for repressing and killing innocent people in the streets, and he's the only one of all the major countries and democracies in the world who can't get himself to say a word about it, because after all, the excuse is all the people who justify him are saying the same excuse. Well, Iraq will wind up claiming that this is really America's war, and it was America's influence that created the whole revolution, and therefore it'll do more harm than good. That's a business of a fraudulent, sickening lie. It's an excuse that's there's nothing phonier on this right than this excuse. What do you mean that they'll say? Who cares what they'll say? If these people need support, and they need the United States to prove that they're fighting for them and believe in them, and they want to give them the moral support that they need to feel that the whole free world is behind them, and there's nothing in the free world besides America that really counts. And our voice has to be heard at a time like this to give them the encouragement to do whatever they please to overthrow a fraudulent government. And we are basically a partner in defeating the whole attempt by saying nothing so tough or firm about it. Now we made a tougher statement and almost a statement. Why should we care if they're going to claim that America somehow is fermenting it and encouraging it, because they'll use America as an excuse? How is that going to hurt us? Let's assume they tell that preposterous lie. How is it going to hurt this revolution? It won't have any effect on the revolutionaries. If they claim it, nobody cares if they claim it, and it'll make no difference to anybody that they claim it. The ones who are fighting for freedom will only be encouraged by what we say. What they say means nothing to anybody. We know that they're liars and frauds are creating this whole fake attempt to suppress innocent people. So we don't know if everybody will know that they'll make up any excuse about America. But everybody knows that this fight is coming from the heart and the soul of the innocent people, and they're fighting and they're dying to get freedom. And we should encourage them. We can give them the opportunity to believe in themselves and believe in their cause. And the more we fight for them and rave about them and encourage them and prove that we believe in them, and we're outraged and insulted and infuriated by what they're being done to them, this is what they have to hear from us. And there's no excuse in the world for not fighting like maniacs for them. If we should treat them as if we were our own children, our own family, and we should fight for them. If somebody was killing your own children, would you worry about how the enemy or the murderer is going to interpret it, or what the murderer is going to claim, or would you worry more about saving your children? These are the children of every American in the world, of every freedom-loving person in the world. Our job is to save them by telling them we're behind them and we're encouraging them, and stop using phony, stupid excuses about what the Iranians would say. What do you think Hitler would say? Would we care what he says? Would we stop fighting Hitler because we're worried about what he would say? This is sickening. Barack Obama ought to be told, say something, open your mouth, and don't make these lame statements. Tell them what you believe in. Otherwise, you shouldn't have any right to even be a president of a free country.